good morning, students who are joining us. I just have few important announcements for the participants. All the participants are requested to turn off their video, and they are requested to keep their device on mute so that they can get good audibility. And during the session, we will share a link for the registration. So they are requested to follow the link and fill required information in there. And if students are having any questions from the lecture, they can type their name and their question in chat box. We will be going through all those questions after the session. So with these instructions, I would like to invite our head sir, Dr. P.N. Dwivedi, to welcome the guests. Sir, please.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Namita. So, we are really proud to have Dr. Naresh Kumar with us, and he has kindly agreed to spare his very valuable time to share his research achievements and the current day-to-day requirement which is needed by all the students, faculty, researchers. So I welcome Dr. Naresh Kumar. He is a principal scientist in the Division of Dairy Microbiology, NDRI, Karnal. He is a renowned dairy microbiologist. Actually, he does not require any introduction now. He is a NAS fellow, and Dr. Naresh is also in charge of two prestigious labs in the NDRI Karnal. One is Microbial Biosensors Quality Assurance and Food Safety Lab, and another is in charge of microbiological section of National Referral Center for Milk Quality and Safety at NDRI. So we are going to have a very, very interactive discussion with Dr. Naresh. He is also serving as a scientific panel member on biohazard in FSSAI, New Delhi. And Dr. Naresh, the main research area of Dr. Naresh is to develop the biosensor and enzyme-based rapid diagnostic technology. So we all are delighted to listen Dr. Naresh Kumar and all the students and faculty members and researchers. I am grateful to my young team of Dr. Namita, Dr. Mishraji, Dr. Naresh, Dr. Harsh, and their staff member research fellow. They have done a tremendous job by approaching Dr. Naresh Kumar, because it was very difficult whom we should contact to share his research activities in this particular area. So once again, I welcome Dr. Naresh Kumar. Sir, you are pleased. We are really very grateful to have today with all of us, all researchers and students are going to be benefited. So I welcome once again, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. Thank you, Dr. Saab. Honorable actually, Dr. Dwivedi, young faculty members, especially Dr. Namita, I would like to first of all thank to you to invite me for this lecture. You have spent a lot of time in the last 15 days to make this program today for this lecture for the students. It's indeed a great honor and privilege for me to be with you and with the young budding students who are the future of this country, to share some of the experience. I will say that practical experience which we have shared as a ITMC member. We have Institute Technology Management Committee constituted by ICR, wherein we normally screen the patents, we screen the technology, how the technologies are being developed, whether they should go for patenting or not, entrepreneurships. So whatever kind of a research experience and in how the technology is being developed, perhaps that has a stepwise, protocol to develop the technology, and now what is the current scenario, and what our young budding students now they have the challenge, which they will have to face in the next 10 20 years. So keeping in view of that, I will be sharing my experience through this lecture, on sustainability, how to sustain in today's time. And sustainability is only through, you see, transfer of technology, through revenue generation, through entrepreneurship developments. So my all dear students, now you will have to not look for, depend on others for the job. Now you will have to have a paradigm shift in your thinking, that you after completing your BTech programs, you will have to think that you have to become yourself entrepreneurs, and you will have to be job, not you will have to create job for others. That is the motto, that we need a paradigm thinking now. We need to have an innovative idea, thoughts, creation, and innovations. That kind of a thing, you see, we'll have to think. It's a paradigm shift, thinking from a traditional, conventional thinking to a knowledge-based thinking, which is the one which I want to convey through today's presentation. Now I will be sharing this presentation. I hope the presentation is visible.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
All students, they must be, it is visible to all. Okay. So my lecture, the title of my lecture is Sustainability of Dairy Business and Research Innovation through Development of Technologies and Their Transfer to Entrepreneurs. This presentation now, economic development, which I have mentioned, and sustainability of every nation is one of the greatest challenge faced by every nation. And why this is a biggest challenge? There are two basic reasons which are happening across the globe. One is that population is increasing, and on the other hand, our all natural resources which we have in our hand, they are on the crunches, they are reducing. And you see, my dear students, if you have less resources, and you see, when the population is increasing, so there is a competition now that when you don't have resource, how to feed the growing population is a challenge for every nation, because that is one, the economic development and sustainability, how to feed the growing population is a question mark for all of us. And to feed that, you see, to how to bridge that gap, the growing population on one hand, and our natural resources are reducing on other hand. So in that case, intellectual property right or entrepreneurship is really playing a very vital role in the global scenario. And we need to this understand this IPR policy in a proper way. So in that context, I want to tell you that there are two kind of a model, sustaining model in the globally they are happening. One is a production based model, and another is a knowledge based model. What is this production based model? This is a model which is dependent on land, labor, and capital. And this is a model, knowledge based model, which is dependent on knowledge creation, new idea, new thoughts, new knowledge, new information, new innovation, new discovery. This is the one being executed as in today in the developed countries. And this production based model, which requires land, labor, and capital, is currently being executed in the country like ours, which are designated as developing countries. And this is more, this production based model is more of hardware based, means if you do some variation, there is no scope for variation in the hardware kind of a system. and this knowledge-based system is based on software. I just want to give you an example of a computer. A computer, when you see from outside, is a hardware, and when you see the software which is responsible for the running of the hardware, this software, if you do a slight change in a small change in the software, it becomes a new technology. So software knowledge-based system is such that if you do a small change in it, you can create a large variety of softwares, and you can have a large number of technologies. And in that case, you have a small production but multiple production. But here you have a mass production with limited varieties. You depend on more production, and that more production requires more land, more labor, and more capital, which I have told you that currently our resources are reducing. And when resources are reducing and population is increasing, in that case, this production based model, which is currently being executed in all developing countries, including India, is not going to work. And that's why you see it has been realized by the developing countries that we will ultimately have to change our thinking from production based model to a knowledge-based system, wherein you have more innovation, more technology developments, and more revenue generations, and that will really leads to the sustainability of the nation. So this is a kind of IP cycle which I want to tell you. This IP creation is intellectual property right. This is the being created in the R&D institution like GADVASU is one institute where you are studying. National Dairy Research Institute is the one where we people are working. So R&D institution is the location where the intellectual property or technology is being created. And once this technology is created, the immediate priority is that it has to be protected through filing patents, or many other means are there. It depends on kind of innovation which you have developed, and that innovation has to be protected through various means of property protection mechanism. So I am more referring patents here because in dairy chemistry, in dairy microbiology, in processing areas, we develop process and products. So patent is more important. So once you have protected, you need to have a license. This is the area. License means you need to have the knowledge, the technology which you have generated. That knowledge need to have a MOU signing with a licensee. One is a licensor and another is a licensee. Licensor is the one who develop the technology, and licensee is the one who adopt your technology and after IP licensing. And it is this particular process where there is a revenue generation after exchange of MOU through license fee or royalty. You get money, and that money comes to the R&D. This is the cycle. How the money is coming to these technology developments, I'm sharing with you. This is the R&D where you have developed the technology. Here this technology is developed. This technology is adopted by the industry by commercialization, and after adoption by the industry, this is a new product, and this new product goes to the society, and society gets a gain from the new product, and revenue is generated from the new products, and that profit comes to the industry through. Now this is the money which is coming to the industry, and now this money through license fee or through royalty, that money comes to the research and development institution, R&D institutions, where this money is utilized to do more and more research to develop more and more technologies and to transfer more and more technologies to a new product. And this is a cycle. This is a cycle, and this cycle has to be created now. And we don't have any options. We will have to create innovation, more technologies, more transfer to industries, new products, and this is the cycle you see which is involved. And you people have, you will be going in the industry. You will be getting job after your BTech programs, but what I am trying to give your message is here, you yourself becomes a entrepreneurs here. If technologies are developed, you adopt those technologies and becomes a entrepreneurs and becomes a part of this cycle. That is our objective of this today's presentation. I just want to inculcate in your mind. I just want I just want to advocate that you rethink your mind. You come out from the conventional thinking to a knowledge-based thinking, because you always think that you will do the BTech programs. After getting BTech, you will just look for a job. Your mind is now currently working that I will complete my BTech programs and I will look for a job and I will sustain. But what our objective of today's presentation is that we need to change this thinking. Let us think on those lines that after completing BTech programs, we should change over, we should adopt, we should ourselves become say entrepreneurs, and we should become say job provider to others, not to look for a job. I just want to give a practical example at NDRI, which I have already shared with the faculty members. One of two students from NDRI, they were in industry for 1 or 2 years, and after that they left the job and they take a bold decision that they want to become entrepreneurs. And those two students pick up few technologies from NDRI, and they initially work as an incubator at NDRI for some time to understand the technology. And today I'm telling they have Dalmos Research is a new entrepreneurs. They have started their new research, Dalmos Research at Karnal itself. Initially, after incubation, they were shifted to Gurgaon. From Gurgaon, they have come back to now Karnal, and you will be surprised to know that almost 80,000-90,000 rupees of royalty is coming to this premier institute from only those two students who have started this venture of entrepreneurship. So you are also one of them. You all BTech students who are currently undergoing BTech programs, you all have those capabilities, you see, to become an entrepreneurs, and you can start your own entrepreneurs. You can you see you can generate a lot of revenue for yourself to sustain, and through these efforts, R&D institutions also will grow. They will also get money. You will also get money. And this is you see the message of our Honorable Prime Minister also, vocal and local. This is a message which our Prime Minister is giving. And our Prime Minister is very much clear. He is telling that innovation is the key of success, and we will have to innovate the entire food chain, whether it is raw material production. If you are in dairy industry, you know what is the milk production, what is the milk productivity of our dairy animals. It's very low. We are just getting 5 to 6 liters of milk from our indigenous cow, but by cross breeding, you have seen in the developed countries, they are getting milk up to 45 to 50 liters of milk from a single animal. So by innovations, it is just by innovation that you by developing one technology, you have converted animal which is giving 5 liters of milk to 45 liters of milk. So same kind of thing we need to do. These are the challenges for us. And these are one of the challenges which I am sharing with you in the production area. Similar kind of challenges are there in the processing areas. You have so many contaminants in the food chains, maybe pesticides, maybe antibiotics, maybe heavy metals, maybe aflatoxin. You must have heard about aflatoxins. One survey has been done by FSSAI, where 7% of the aflatoxin one is coming in milk beyond zero point 0.5 ppb, and we all are being exposed to very high level of aflatoxin, which is a well-known hepatocarcinogen. It causes, you see, cancer in the liver. So there are challenges in the processing area. Technologies are not available. How to detect these contaminants and how to have a mitigation strategy so that the milk which you provide to the consumer is absolutely safe in terms of consumption. So these are the processing challenges. Then in marketing, in management strategies, which I am discussing with you, the India is now just is they are on a stage to shift from production to knowledge-based system. They are also in process. We have a Niti Ayog in our country. Probably you all must be knowing that Niti Ayog is a think tank for the country, and Honorable Prime Minister is the chairman of that Niti Ayog. And their focus is the slide which I have shared with you. Their focus is only this, that our young buddings, BTech students, graduate students, they should get job at an early stage. There is no need to go for master's or PhD programs at an early stage. Only you see, they should have this idea of entrepreneurship, and they should become entrepreneurs and generate revenue for themselves. They create job for themselves. Now, this is, you see, I just want to, you all must be interested to know that if you really want to generate a technology and commercialize it, what is a stepwise protocol of creation of knowledge and how it is being finally transferred. These are the 6 steps which I am showing you. The very first step is the creation of intellectual property right through proper research. I will explain all these 6 points one by one. Once the intellectual property is created, then second point is to protect it. Protection in terms of it, that you will have to file a patent so that nobody else take that your innovation, and you develop a technology and somebody else with slight modification can come in the market with your knowledge. Third point is the determination of the commercial value. Once you have intellectual property you have developed, you should know what is the commercial value of that innovation. And commercial value, there are different models how to determine the commercial value. I'll discuss with you. And then fourth is the technology offer and its publicity. So once you have a price of a technology, you are ready that you have that technology in your institution, not outside. You will have to offer it, and you will have to make aware the public that this particular technology has been developed, say, by GADVASU, and the institution has to make that technology aware to the different people, so that the one who is really interested, he can come and take your technology. Then fifth point is the partnership and technology transfer of technology. This is a kind of a license which I have already discussed with you. So partnership, looking for it is simply just like looking for a fish in a pond. So searching for your partner who can adopt your technology is, you see, partnership, which we'll discuss in detail. And then consumer acceptance. You see, this is also very, very important. Many a times innovation is developed and we do not know. There is a in our country we are more of vegetarian in nature, and in developed countries more of, you see, non-vegetarian in nature. So in our countries, whenever you develop any innovation, it has to be ensured that non-vegetarian part is not a part of the technology, and whatever you develop, it is being accepted by the consumer. Genetically modified food is one example I am giving you. GMO foods is still in our country very much high level of acceptance is not there, and the country guidelines are also not there whether GMO food should be allowed in our country to propagate. So consumer acceptance also is very, very important. So I'll come to one by one. What are these points? The creation of IP through proper research. I hope all of you, I can understand during BTech programs, you have 6, 7 months of exposure in the industry, where you will be getting hands-on training in quality section or in production sections. You may not be doing more of research, but I'm just explaining here how the innovation is being created. The once you develop any research, you see, the first and foremost thing is that it should be reproducible in nature. If somebody has developed, if it is given to a second person, and second person try to repeat those results in second lab or under field conditions, you find that that the innovation is not working. So in that case, that technology, that innovation is not going to work. So it should be reproducible in nature, avoiding duplication. When we do research, it has to be make sure that whatever work you have initiated as a R&D program, that should not be duplicating in nature. Already somebody here on the right hand side, if you see the review of literature, review of patents, applications, these are the most important things before we start any research. You will have to look for patents which are already there being granted. And many a times people see only the granted patents, they don't see the patents which are application being filed. So we need to see the review of literature, we need to see the patents before we start our research. So it will avoid duplication. Global overview. Many a times research we do, a lot of research is being copied down. We take idea, what we take, pick up one research article, publish in international journal, and the same thing we try to repeat it in our country. That is a futile exercise. So we need to understand the our Indian conditions, because our socio-economic conditions are different. Our research priority is different. Not necessary that what research we need to do, that same research is being required at developed countries. No, we need to see our priority, what kind of research are required in our country. So global overview is also very important to make sure that your idea, your research which you are doing is a new one. Then avoiding infringement. Sometimes you do research and you find that already patent is filed, and when you start going for filing a patent, then somebody already who has filed a patent, it will there will be an infringement, means there will be overlapping of research what you have done, and in that case patent or the technology will not be granted. Buyer identification. So if you do these kind of things, you find that The job opportunity also increases. Your identification, buyer identifications you get who are really interested in your patents or technology, and then employer identification. Uh, Employer identification means once you complete your BTech program, if you involve these kind of a research and you come out with some innovative ideas, then employer immediately will pick you, and based on the work you have carried out, you will get the job based on that. So while some of the patents, when you search, you have to make sure that in India, full patents are not available on the website. However, in USA and EU, they are giving the full patents, and then when your research is ready, you should be ready for filing of patents, and review of commercial information also is very important for this particular part. So this is how you see you how you integrate your research when this is the most this particular part is basically our postgraduate students when they come for research, and it becomes more important for them. But now being a graduate student also, it is every possible that now in new education policy which is already in process, that you people also have to become on the same line, and you will have to go for some innovative ideas, new some kind of a research program, small research you will have to do carry out in your laboratories, and so that you should have this idea. I am sharing it just because of a new education policy which is going to shape in the next 1 year time. Your BTech programs, course curricula, and will be such that it will give more entrepreneurship to the students. And this is you see, once you have created new idea, that immediately we need to protect it, the protection of the new intellectual property. And here it's not that once you produce a new idea and directly you can send it to Indian Patent Office. There is a mechanism of the institution, how you see institutional rules, guidelines, and policies are there, how this technology will be going to the patent office. At our institutes, we have the Institute Technology Management Unit. So there is an institutional mechanism. This is at a ICR level. This is at a Zonal Technology Management Committee. At a zonal level, this is a Agro Technology Management Sector, which is a ATMC. It is a kind of a licensing center which help in signing of MOU and transfer of the technology. And there is a Central Technology Management Committee, CTMC, which is at a ICR level, and DG is the chairman of that committee. So if any technology which is transferred in India, that is handled by the institute itself. If any technology is transferred outside India, then then you will have to depend on the central ministry, the Central Technology Management Committee. And if there is any inter ministerial some issues, those are being handled by IP, Advisory in Agriculture Research, IPAC. So like the Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Health, or Ministry of Commerce, if there is a kind of issues which need to be resolved for transfer of those technology, then IPAC is coming into picture. So when we file protect these patents, then inventor they will assign the IP rights to the research to results to ICR. All application of patents will be in the name of ICR. Patent application will be signed by authorized signatory, the director of the institute, and processing of patent application will be as per IPR law. So this is a mechanism how the patent will be filed. And then third point is the determination of commercial value. what is the commercial value of the technology or innovation which you have developed? This is perhaps the most difficult part and a critical area of technology transfer. Sometimes you fix a very high price of the technology, and in that case, your entrepreneurs or you to whom you want to give this technology will not come, and the technology will go unsold. And sometimes you will keep the price of the technology very low, and that leads to revenue loss of the technology. And this is a very interesting thing which I want to tell you that when you develop any technology, in that case, the inventors, those who develop the technology, the 60% share of the technology share, the license fee or the royalty which is coming to the institute, that is being shared among all inventors and students who are doing this innovative work. So if you do some innovative work. You see, this is the one area where once you develop innovation, 60% if you suppose earn 100 rupees by selling a technology, 60 rupees will be shared among students and the faculty members who have really make efforts to develop the technology. So, as far as how the criteria for determining the pricing of the technology is, one is the market force and another is a model based in calculation of actual cost of the technology. The market force is the price we charge for a technology based on the market force, irrespective of the cost involved in the development of the technology. Here, many a times it happens that you spend 30 40 lakhs in developing a technology, but when you put it the technology in the market, when you put it in the market, the entrepreneurs are coming with a price of 2 to 3 lakhs. So it means the innovation in your technology is less. You spend more money, you have spent more money in the development of the technology, but entrepreneur is giving less price. So you will have to go with less price only in that case. But in this case, the market determines the price of the technology, and another model is based on the calculation of the actual cost of the technology. How much is the intellectual fee, manpower cost, cost of the equipment, consumables, chemical infrastructure cost. So these things, how much you have put up in developing the innovations. In that case, these are all calculated, and then you determine the cost of the technology. And then fourth point is the technology offer and its publicity. You have the technology, you have protected, you have the price of the technology. Now it's time that you need to transfer it to somebody else. And without publicity, you see, you cannot transfer the technology. So you have done a wonderful research, but no, who will buy your technology? You do not know about it. How to go about publicity is also a very important factor. You cannot go for blanket publicity. Mass mailing to industry does not work. So you will have to, these are the area where like specific journals, technology booklets on websites, letter to manufacturers, institute, industry, webinars, workshop, presentation in conference, workshop, symposia, oral presentations. These are the media where through which you can make a publicity of your innovation, and through this mechanism, people will know that this is how you see people will make aware about your technology, and they will come to you immediately that I am interested in this knowledge in this technology and I want to adopt it. So for that, before you go for publicity, you can you need to make a technology offer, just like you make a whenever after BTech you will be going for a job, and before you see offer any job, entrepreneurs normally ask you what is your CV, and when you prepare your CV, you always put up your best things in your CV. I have these qualities. I have these qualities. All novel features you see you add up in your CV. So similarly, the way you prepare your CV on similar line, you will have to prepare a CV of your technology. So you will have to make a very brief about the technology without disclosing the claim and where the area of application, advantage, novel feature of the technology, stage of development, IP status, economic data prevailing market price, then transfer of the form, the technology licensing fee, and the contact person. I am just giving you an example here of this particular slide. This is one. You see, this is a one technology as an example I am showing which has been developed at NDRI by our research group in quality assurance department. This is a very brief about the technology I'm showing here. We have explored bacterial spore as a biosensor. As you see, this is a kind of a research which we have done and bacterial spore as a biosensor. We have explored not only for detection of antibiotics, we have used them for pesticide also. We have used those spores for detection of heavy metals. We have used it for beta-lactam group, and then we have used them for detection of certain bacteria. So you see, this is how innovation takes place. I'm just sharing with you. Probably you may be aware about bacterial spore, endospores. There is a aerobic spore forming bacteria in microbiology, DM111 or DM122122, Introduction to Dairy Microbiology or Microbiology of Milk and Milk Product course. You must be aware what is this bacterial endospore and how these endospores are produced from aerobic spore forming bacteria. So what we did that we produced a spores, and those spores were like we functionalized on the strip here, and we put up a specific germinant which allowed these spores to germinate into vegetative cells, and those germinants are available here in the form of a nutrient disc. So you have a germinant here. So how to detect antibiotic in milk? You will have to dip this particular strip into milk. So whatever antibiotic present in milk will stick to the spores which are present on this antibiotic, and then you need to transfer that strip into a nutrient disc where these, if antibiotics are not there, the spore will germinate, and after germination they will release a particular enzyme, and we have added a particular substrate for that specific enzyme, and that will react and it will give you sky blue color on the strip. In case when antibiotics are present, the spores spore surface, they are blocked by the antibiotics. These spores will not germinate and there won't be any color development on the strip, and this is happening within 30 to 40 minutes. So within 30 to 40 minutes, you can detect the presence of antibiotic as a semi-quantitative detection. You can detect almost all group of antibiotics within 30 to 40 minutes. So this particular strip was developed, and then this is the patent you see which was granted, and then this technology, these are the novel features which you will have to write in your technology, and this is the same price. You see, which we have transferred three such license in the to entrepreneurs, and almost 15 lakhs we have generated from a single technology at our institute. So you can have non-exclusive price with and without royalty. This is with royalty and this is without royalty. Then you put up your contact person, okay, and uh, uh, then this is the kind of information you need to prepare. I was trying to tell you how to make the publicity of your innovation. So you can make up this kind of a leaflet, and these leaflets, you see, you can share this information through conference, through industry research collaborations, and somebody who will be very keen for this technology, they will come forward, and you will be in a position to transfer it. And you see, this is the fifth point is the partnership. That is a transfer of technology. And in this case, there are three things which we need to understand very clearly: a material transfer agreement, memorandum of understanding, and confidential disclosure agreements. You see, once you have developed a technology and somebody has shown interest in your technology, he or she will come to your lab. He will come to you, and he or she will ask you, please demonstrate your technology. So before demonstration, there is sometimes that many customers, many entrepreneurs will come to you, and they will show interest. So in that case, there is a need to get a filing of one this document, confidential agreement that you will not disclose whatever you are discussing with them. And then material transfer agreement also, if you are, somebody may ask that you please give me the 10, 15 or 25 numbers of these kits. I want to run it in my company or in my place. So in that case, the material transfer agreement has to be signed. And once your entrepreneur is ready, happy with your technology, then you can sign a MOU with the license fee. And these are the, you see, just an example I'm showing you. Delmos, this is that one company like you, two BTech students who started this company, and they are earning in crore at our institute. And this is a Florisser is another company who has taken pesticide kits. They are currently working as an incubator at our National Reference Center, and they are also producing pesticide and antibiotic kits and selling it to the industry. And then we sold this technology to Newgen Private Limited, Hyderabad, and Hudson, one of the private company of Chennai. They have also taken this technology. And finally, the sixth point is the consumer acceptance. The consumer acceptance is very, very important. Non-acceptance of technology due to religious reason or social concern, wastage of resources after spending years of research and other aspects, technology fails at last stage because people acceptance has not taken into consideration. And these are some of the examples which, one I shared with you, genetically modified foods, irradiated, you are doing some irradiation treatment to your vegetable. So what kind of impact is happening on vegetable? So if people know that these vegetables are treated with irradiation, so nobody will be going to accept your technology. And then processed beef in India, or many examples are there, like microbial rennet, calf rennet. If the calf rennet is used for cheese making, and people, you will have to write that this calf rennet is from animal source. People will not buy that cheese if they are vegetarian in nature. So microbial source of rennet is used. So people acceptance, consumer requirements also you will have to take into consideration. So these in the after this is the process. These are the step-wise procedure I have explained to you, how innovation is developed, how it is protected, how you determine the price, how you see you look for go for publicity, and then you go for you see partnership and consumer awareness. This is a stepwise protocol for developing a technology. Here I am listing the list of the technology which has been commercialized at NDRI till date. and some of the technologies which are highlighted are being developed by us in our lab, like development of detection of Listeria monocytogenes in milk, which was sold in 2013. Then we developed this core-based kit for detection of antibiotic residues in milk in dairy farms, which was sold to three different farms, and then paper strip-based assay for detection of pesticide residues in milk. So this is the list of technologies, and NDRI is generating revenue from these technologies every year, and this is helping the self-sustainability of the institute in terms of R&D. So, with this brief background, my dear students, my aim of giving this information to you was that you please change your mind. You have you should go for a brainstorming at this stage. Keeping in of this COVID, you should learn a lot of lessons from this COVID-19 also. You see, because of the COVID-19, the whole logistic has been disturbed. Many companies, you see, they have removed many of the manpower, and they have reduced their strength to a greater extent. And it is not only in the private sector, in the government sector also. Nowadays, since NDRI, if you see, NDRI is a public funded institution. So their scientists and the students who are getting fellowship, they are also under tremendous stress that whether they will get fellowship, whether they will get scientists will get salary in the next 5-10 years, because the economic development and sustainability of the nation, you have seen there is a lot of reduction in GDP of the countries, not only in India but across the globe. So everybody is very hard pressed at this stage. Job opportunities are really going down because of COVID-19. So under these circumstances, you will have to think. You need to have a paradigm shift from conventional thinking that after completing BTech program, the job is ready for you. You will have to become a innovator. You will have to do your BTech program in such a way that you make up your minds. You should have. I normally give 5D to all my students in the very first lecture whenever I take. That is devotion, dedication, discipline, discrimination, and you see the determination. So if you have these 5Ds, if you have a devotion, if you have a dedication, if you have a discipline, if you have a discrimination and determination, no power in the world can stop you to become a very good entrepreneur in this country. So you please have a brainstorming session, and you work with your faculty members in such a way that you should not go for a conventional kind of a lecture and a conventional type of practicals you do in the lab. You work you whenever you go for listening a lecture, or whenever you go for you see doing any practicals, you change your mind that I want to become an entrepreneur. I want to create some entrepreneurship, and although I can understand to become an entrepreneur in the initial stage is not a very easy job, and to become an entrepreneur you need a initial backup from the family also, because if you have a startup, you need a little bit money also to start any entrepreneurship. So but you should have this seed of entrepreneurship in your mind. This is very important. If you have a seed of entrepreneurship, which I try to explain with this presentation, this is nothing but to create this seed of entrepreneurship in your mind. so that maybe that this seed will fructify maybe in a year, maybe in 2 years, maybe in 5 years. But I'm sure if you have that seed in your mind, you are likely to become a entrepreneur in your life. So that incubation time, how much is required to become entrepreneurs, it depends on your 5D, which I have explained to you. This is all what which I was keen to share with you. I hope from it's almost 40 minutes lecture. So I would like to listen from you. Probably you must have put up your points in the chat box. I will see what kind of how much you gain from this lecture which we have shared with you, and what are your points. I wish all the BTech students a very bright future. I just want to tell you, you are in the right hand of the faculty at GADVASU. They are all very intelligent people. They are very all your faculty members are you see knowledgeable. They are expert in not only in subject matter but in developing the entrepreneurship. They will put up they will give you all necessary inputs which are required to become an entrepreneurship at your institutes. I will be very happy. I wish that you have a very bright 4 years future at GADVASU, and I wish that all of you becomes entrepreneurs. That depends on 5D, which I have mentioned to you. Uh, uh, and in the end, I would like to thank all the faculty members, HODs, Lalita, to give me this opportunity to share this knowledge with the faculty and with the students. And I hope uh, I have come to the expectations of the faculty, and I hope students must have got something, at least something from this lecture, because I do not know the wavelength and frequency what our BTech students were basically looking for. Maybe the information which I shared with you, but a little bit maybe for the postgraduate students. But you are postgraduate students. You will have to become entrepreneurs. So when you talk about entrepreneurs, there is no graduation, no post graduation, no PhD. There is no boundary in it. Entrepreneurs can be anybody. There are entrepreneurs who do not have even a BTech degree also. They are becoming entrepreneurs and very successful. So there is no boundary of the degree. Degree is simply a paper. You see, after completing your BTech programs, they will give you a degree with a mark. There are many students who have very high, you see, grade points, but when we talk about entrepreneurship, they are at a very low level. So you will have to see that to become an entrepreneurship, you need to have a seed of entrepreneurship in your mind, which is I would like to do, and once again I would like to thank all the faculty members, and I hope my all students must graduate at least a little bit from this presentation. So I'm stopping sharing this, and there are
Thank you very much, sir.
thank you.
And thank you very much, sir. This was very informative session, and it was very encouraging for our faculty members as well as for student also. So now I would like to invite Dr. S.K. Mishra to sum up the lecture and to hold the question answer session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Namita, madam. And thank you, Dr. Goel, for this wonderful and mesmerizing lecture on this sustainability of dairy business and research innovation through developing the technologies and their transfer to the entrepreneurs. And this is one of the topic of current requirement, because students, they are nowadays seeking their jobs, but they are not getting enough jobs in the dairy industry, and they want more jobs. Even in our dairy, in our college, we are not getting the sufficient placement this year, maybe because of COVID or some other reason. But in today's condition, resources are reducing, and it is the need of the hour that the student should be the job seeker, job creator rather than the job seeker. So for this, in this direction, this lecture, I think that this lecture would be a helpful tool for these students to get some knowledge about the intellectual property rights and their technology transfer steps, what you have explained in details. And this will help them to get some uh, ideas how to develop a technology and how to transfer a technology. And by this, they can do some wonder, and they can develop their own ideas. And I thank Dr. Goel for this lecture. And now I want to open this session for question and answer to the students, and they can I think there are some questions in our chat box. So if you like, I will read it out one by one, and Dr. Goel will answer all these. So first question is from Ketan Sharma. His question is how to estimate or calculate the acceptance of a new technology prior to start a research project, and what are the areas in dairy and dairy industry that require adoption of some alternative technologies. So
Yeah, well, it's a very good question. Before you see, he has tried to ask you what you really need before you start a innovation. What are the things required before you start a innovation? In that case, you see, you need to know, you need to have a full-fledged thorough knowledge about your dairy food chain or any food chain where you want to develop the technology. Whether it is a production area, whether it's a processing area, whether it is a management area, you will have to identify a gap. There is always a research gap in our area, in production area, in process area. And once you identify a gap, you will have to look for a search for a review of literature. What is the prior art available in globally and at a national level? And after seeing that, then you will have to see that yes, really this is a gap where we need to have a innovation, and then we need to start our innovation and develop the technology for that particular area.
So our next question is from Mr. Harsh Jindal. He wants to know that if there is a new entrepreneur, is it safe to bring a new product into the market, because there is more risk of its failure as compared to our traditional products which have a well-established market. So for a newer product or novel product, whether there is a market or whether there is a chances of failure of this product. Harsh Jindal.
You see, again, I am telling you that you have a conventional product already in the market, and you are developing a new product. You are developing a new product after you see a market intelligence. There is a market intelligence. You always do a market intelligence and see whether the new product which you are going to start and develop, whether it is going to, you see, get adopted by the entrepreneurs. So market intelligence is very, very important before you see, you will have to understand the conventional product, then you go for market intelligence and see that what new product, how new product will be better over conventional product available in the market. So if you have taken care of those things, then definitely the new product which you are going to develop and bring it in the market, the chances of failures are very less.
So our next question is from Ms. Shreya Talan. She wants to know what are the areas in dairy sector that require innovative research technologies to increase their sustainability in market. So
Again, it's a very, very good question. During my presentation, probably I have shared one or two points. If you see the productivity of, if you talk about production area, productivity of dairy animals. In India, we have indigenous dairy animals, and now last 15 years we have some cross breeding of also. So with that we have little bit improvement in the milking yield. But the crossbred animals which we have there, the milking yield is just 6 to 7 liters a day. So, but you talk about Israel, US, EU, there the productivity from a single animal in a single day is 45 to 50 liters of milk in a day. So you can see the gap between India and the developed countries. So this is one area. Can you do some research where you can increase the productivity of animals from 5, 6 liters to 10 liters, 15 liters, 20 liters? A 2 to 3 liters increase in productivity, you can understand India is on the top of the milk production. So even 2 to 5 liters increase in the milk yield will be a tremendous impact in our country. So this is one example which I have told you. Even I shared some of the example in processing area that there are no technology available for detection of different contaminants like pesticides. You must have heard that there is a, you are in Punjab area, there is one cancer train which is going from Punjab to Bikaner. Lot of cancer cases are there in the Punjab, and that is because of the pesticide exposure. So can we think of developing the technology and mitigating the strategy, what we can do, innovative idea, so that our farmers, you see, their exposure to pesticides get reduced and their mortality. You see, I was reading a newspaper almost every day. One farmer is going for suicide in our country. So it's a big loss to the country. So this is another area. You see, this is another example wherein you need an interventions to take care of it. I hope she's satisfied with the answer. In that case, otherwise we can ask her.
okay, sir. So another question is
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm totally okay. Thank you for answering the question.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
so Mr. Sukhdeep Singh. He wants to know how to identify a suitable technology that can be adopted and commercialized, and how to study its market demand.
Yeah, this is again, you see,
Is
you
somewhat
have a
similar to.
basket. You have a basket of technology, just like you have a fruit basket, and everybody has a different taste. Somebody will take banana, somebody will take apple, and somebody, you see, in breakfast, everybody have a different choice. Somebody would like to have a paratha. So that depends on your market intelligence again. You will have to see the basket of the technology which is available with you, and on second hand you need to have a market intelligence, that what is the demand in the market, what people are looking for. Based on the market demand and supply, you see, is overall determine the fate of the technology. If there is a demand, so definitely you will have to understand that there is a demand for that particular technology through market intelligence. And if there is a demand, you pick up that technology from the basket and go ahead and as an
So one new question is from Guru Paran. He wants to know that if he wanted to submit for IPR patent in India, but it is new to the world, and if anyone is using it abroad, can I claim royalty for that? Will the Indian government help me getting royalty for that, or international IPR patent is necessary?
Yeah, in that case, there is you will have to go for patenting for the international PCT. Uh, there is a PCT. You will have to go for PCT patent filing in, you see, at an international level. But normally, you see, in India, if I talk about ICR system, uh, we have exclusive kind of a licensing. We do not go for non-exclusive license first of all. And whenever you go for international licensing, in that case, you have a very little control on the royalty, because you will not be able to know how much product is being sold by that particular entrepreneurs in the country where you have licensed that technology. So, in that case, royalty getting recovery is definitely a very difficult part. But better in that case, I will suggest that if you want to transfer any technology at an international level, you transfer the technology with the exclusive license without royalty. Whatever amount you anticipate with royalty in the beginning, you can take that whole amount in the beginning itself, so that you are ignorant. You don't care about how much product is being sold by that entrepreneur, how much is the royalty they have generated. So you should prefer to go for exclusive license without royalty and take a bigger amount in the beginning itself.
So one question is from my side. Actually, in India, if you want to apply for a patent, it is a very tedious job, and it will take almost 6 to 7 years to get a patent. Whether it is the same case with international patent, or only in India we are
No,
facing this problem.
no, this problem is in India only because Indian Patent Office, the work is very slow. This has a little bit with the Prime Minister Modi, sir, it definitely some time gap has reduced in the last 4 5 years. But you are true in India, it takes almost 5 to 6 years in the patent grant. But internationally, patent grant is taking 1 to 2 years. But one thing I want to tell you that you file your application in the patent office. You don't depend on whether this patent will be granted or not. Your main objective is that your patent application should be submitted in the patent office, and from that day onwards, you are getting your protection. So that probably is not an issue. You should go ahead with the filing of the patent, and you should look for, ultimately, you see, I can see at our institute also, we have some patent which are being granted. But after grant status, those technologies are in our library, in our basket with us only. They have not been transferred. So what is the use of that patent which has been granted? So it is simply a paper. So ultimately our objective is a technology transfer. If it is transferred and your patent is filed in the patent office, that is enough. We should not worry about whether it is taking 5 years or 10 years. We should be more focused on looking for an entrepreneur who should adopt your technology.
One question is from Mr. Chahat Arora. He wants to know that how to know that their idea is innovative and whether another one is not working on that idea. If someone can have same idea in different areas and both are working simultaneously, so how to know my idea is unique?
You see, the uniqueness of idea, two people sometimes phenotypically may be looking same. But if two people have phenotypically the same, but they may have a same idea, But if you allow them to execute, to develop a technology, perhaps both of them will develop that technology by a different means. It will not be the same. Okay. I hope they have got the answer of it. So your idea will be unique and you will go by, suppose two people, they are going to Chandigarh. Not necessary that there is one path to go to Chandigarh. Path may be different. So you may achieve it, but your know-how definitely will be different. And how much is the intellectuality in that innovation which you develop will definitely be different in both the guys.
So I think most of the question has been covered. Uh, uh, One question, new question is that in India, if there is any ethical or religious filter when evaluating a patent, whether we have to follow all these ethicals and religious type of things also.
Yeah, this is one point probably which I shared, the last point, that acceptance of the people. I told that we are more vegetarian in nature, and we are not non-vegetarian in, you see, in our diet. So whenever you develop a technology nowadays, encapsulation, we are doing a lot of work on nanomaterials. We are working more on genetically modified foods. We are working, you see, in genetically modified foods or irradiations, UV irradiations. One example I have given. There are, you see, you will have to see that before you start any technology to initiate and to develop it, you will have to keep all the social aspects in your mind. It is happening many a times. A lot of research has been done on genetically modified foods, and I think in India many like BT cotton. I am giving one example of BT cotton, which is a genetically modified foods the crops. This is very successful in developed countries, but this technology has come in India, and many of the farmers, they have complained that this genetically modified BT cotton is not working. It is not giving that yield. So you will have to take care of those points, that all ethical issues have to be taken into consideration before you start developing any technology.
So now I am sure that student will take all these experience and they will take all these answers in their stride, and they utilize this lecture and experience for their future prospects and for their future technology generations. Thank you, Dr. Noel, for this wonderful lecture. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Santosh. Thank you, Dr. Namita.
Then,
Thank you to each and everybody who contributed in this particular webinar, in this lecture. My all thanks and all good wishes to you for your success in your all ventures, all activities. I wish that you achieve all excellence in your all activities, and I wish all of you a bright future.
and thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your wonderful session. Sir, any event will be incomplete if we do not thank the people who are involved to put this webinar together. So I would like to invite Dr. Harsh to for a vote of thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Namita. So, good afternoon, everyone. I would like to take this opportunity on behalf of Guru Angad Dev Veterinary Animal Sciences University to express our sincere thanks to the honorable speaker, all the participants and the team members who made this event successful right from the proposal stage. First of all, I would like to pay my regards and gratitude to our distinguished speaker and our own teacher, Professor Dr. Naresh Kumar Goel, for sparing his precious time and for making us acquainted with the latest insights towards sustainability of dairy business, research innovations, development of technologies, their IPR issues, transfer to entrepreneurs, the interesting 5D concept, and several success stories of their own BTech graduates and who are today successful entrepreneurs. Surely it was a wonderful learning experience, sir, for all the participants and the faculty members. And thank you again for sharing your valuable knowledge with us. My sincere thanks also goes to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Inderjeet Singh, for his excellent direction and motivation. And we are grateful to Dr. SPS Guman, PI of the IDP project, Dr. Ramneek, Dean College of Dairy Science and Technology, Dr. PN Devedi, Head Department of Dairy Microbiology, and all the IDP cell team for the valuable support and inspiration. Also permit me to acknowledge and express my high appreciation to the team of Dairy Microbiology Department for working earnestly to put this webinar together. Our heartfelt thanks to the participating faculties and students from around the country. Your wonderful participation gave us the confidence to create this knowledge sharing platform. So thank you very much, everyone. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dr. Harsh. And I just want to convey that any of the BTech students who's working with you, if they would like to come here and see the referral lab, and if they have keen interest to do some kind of a, 1 month, 2 months exposures at our institutes to work with us, I think they are welcome. I'll welcome them because that will give a very good exposure to the students. Anytime they can come, they can visit us, and that will be, I think, a great help to them. So from
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
my side, gates are open for all BTech students. They can, and even on, you can provide them my email ID. If they have any questions related to this lecture, they are welcome. I'll definitely help.
Yeah, so
Thank you, sir.
surely it is a big moment for our BTech students if they get a chance to visit NDRI.
Yeah.
So every year, except this year, from past 4 or 5 years, we are taking a tour of our students, BTech final year students, to NDRI. So with the aim so that they can have a view of NDRI, have a glimpse of NDRI, and they can know that that this is our destination where we have to reach. So every year we visit referral lab and your lab, sir, and all the facilities in NDRI Karnal. And sir, we wish that our upcoming master students, so we will try to have some collaboration with you so that they can visit NDRI, they can get a chance to officially work in your lab for a month or 15 days or 2 months as a part of their master's or PhD research program. So
Okay.
currently we have one PhD student, and so we have two enrolled master student. We have three master students seats in our department, one from ICR and two from our own institution. So we will try that if they can visit NDRI and they can do part of their research in your labs. So thanks for giving that confidence.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Raj. Thank you. Once again, thanks to all faculty members, your at HODs and all the students for sparing your valuable time. I can understand you are having holiday today, and on holiday, you see, you have spent your whole day in organizing this lecture, and you see, it's a great contribution to the society. My all blessings to all of you and all the students, and I wish them all success in their life. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
With these words, I will hand over to Dr. Gurbir. I think he want to take 1 or 2 snaps, and after that, this session will be over for students.
I request to the dear participants, please switch on their webcam for the photography session. Please students, switch on your video cam. Thank you, participants.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
sir.
very much.
Thank you again.
Okay, all the best.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you, everyone. Now I am disconnecting.
Okay.
Thank you.